schools, party system, and actor to explore hope and engender positive impact to the society. Today, on Open Conversation, we'll look at these stories. Rivers crisis. Governor Fubara says he started governing on February 2024. Jumbo-led faction of Assembly screen commissioner nominees. Court nullifies tenure extension for local government chairman. Rivers lawmaker praises Wike for fairness in governance. Clark accuses Damagum Ganduje Wike of conspiracy to sabotage Fubara. CSOs call on executive to obey rule of law. Do not go away. When I come back from this break, we delve right into the show.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Everyone access to our money we put in the bank. There are POS operators. She said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
As always said, they are.
Get ready! As Morrison Communications Limited proudly presents Children's Day Celebration 2024.
Arts. La Small Hotel and Resorts, number 9, Room Calagbo off Waterlines, Basta, Port Harcourt. On Saturday, May 25th, starting at 8 a.m. Inter-school march past competition,
Dance competition, drama competition. Parents, teachers, and children alike, don't miss out on the fun with Uncle Clown bouncing castle as we cut the Children's Day cake. Admission is just 2,000 naira per child. For participation and sponsorship opportunities, call us now 0806 673 8689 and 0810 634 1777.
This event is proudly sponsored by the Last Mall Hotel and Resort with Atlantic Television Network and 99.5 Wish FM Port Harcourt, Lesuka Event Center, Gate Place Hotel, 8 Ball Hotel and Lounge, Oma Studio, Osgia Table Water. Remember that every child is unique. See you there. This event is managed by Pace Expressions Arts.
Special guest appearance, Hilda Dokubo, Children's Day Celebration 2024.
Why you just jack us up and down like this now?
I hope nobody carry belle.
Why you ask oh?
Because this road where they see so, it no guarantee safe delivery.
We just dey vote for government, but we not get good governance.
At all.
Road so e no dey. Light o usai. The infrastructure nko, e can't turn to be forbidden fruit for the city.
Corruption, spoil everything. Hello?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been expecting your call.
Madam, remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
Now my phone be like that. Hello?
Are you there?
I hear, I'm hearing you.
Yes. We saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now?
Ma, the prices you quoted are way too high now.
Madam, sorry, please don't call.
We found the laptop you said is 1.8 million naira for 600,000 naira.
Hello?
Now my body network there.
I can't hear you. Network is bad.
Madam, we can hear you. Continue.
Hello, I can't hear you. We call you back.
That behavior not good now.
Madam, now this kind behavior they kill our country. You suppose do things differently. Make Nigeria for better.
Corruption not in my country. This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadehi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
corruption not in my country.
I don't get a lot. Boy, they won't booga me small. They say, man, give them bribe. I say, nothing. Okay, now, we'll go block later. You remember that contract we will do that time now? They don't pay.
But first, you see the house rent with the old things.
we go first call caretaker, take the money, slap him.
Beg, see, you know, say I get annual levy why they pay for club. Where me and boys they shark beer in our house, I go pay that one. You remember say me and tell you I go buy you motor. I go buy na.
Okay, they pay you money now. We don't they beg caretaker? Why would they beg landlord, old man, and they agree give us time? Money can't come now. You won't divert time. You said na corruption. Corruption, not in my house and not in my country.
Sure.
Corruption, not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadehi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. There are POS operators. She said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. The oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the tongue thing. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly. Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
beyond the line, across the ocean, to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara. We bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the end.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
The POS operator, she said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. The oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the turntable. Who can come and salvage us from where?
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Joining me on the show this morning is Ugochukwu Ifeanyichukwu, a political analyst. Good morning, Mr. Ugochukwu.
Lady Choma, good morning Nigerians, good morning Rivers people. And Lady Choma, I want to use the Atlantic Television family to still commiserate with two states. One is the state of Iran. One is also Plateau State in Nigeria. Iran, in the sense that a loss of a president is really devastating in the manner with which it happened. And you know that we are so lucky in Nigeria, like a week ago or two, you know, stories filtered around of the incapacitation or mechanical faults of one of the Nigerian presidential fleet. And as if that was not enough, the following day, were also speculations that the vice president also met with the same fate. But luckily for us, the pilot was able to, you know, to turn back, and the vice president landed safely. And if you go by it, Nigeria should learn a lot of lessons from this. A nation like Iran, you see how they are handling it. There is no crisis state. The killings have started again. So we call on the Nigerian authority, we call on the chief of army staff, and all the paramilitary, maybe the joint task force, all of them, to put heads together and put a stop to all this madness. That our people are being killed every day, being maimed. Nobody is talking about it. My heart bleeds and aches. So this is the time the federal government should give the marching order to those concerned so that it will abate.
All right. And on to Rivers State. The Rivers State Governor Similaye Fubara said on Tuesday that he did not start governing the state fully until February 2024. Though he assumed office in May, Fubara said he did not start taking decisions until February this year, 8 months after taking office. He spoke while inaugurating Ebeda internal roads in Emoha local government area of the state. He said since he started confronting governance fully in February, he had done remarkably well and earned the commendation of the people. Now over to you, Mr. Ugochukwu. What do you make of this statement by the governor that he commenced governance in February as against the May 29th inauguration? What do you have to say to that?
This is so laughable. This is very laughable coming from the person who should know, a person who should have known, and a person of his words are kind of law in going by the Nigerian constitution. It's laughable because the Nigerian constitution has recognized that if general elections are conducted, setting aside those states that we have staggered elections, or what the INEC call the off-season elections, that the inauguration of a democratically elected president and the governors begins on the 29th of May in every 4 years when the elections are being conducted. And if my memory serves me right, the governor of Rivers State, because we have not had any crisis that robbed Rivers State of being among the states that the elections are conducted every 4 years in Nigeria, maybe going by a Supreme Court decision or any litigation or whatsoever. So Simfubara assumed office on the 29th of May 2023. And that day, the governance starts. He took over the reins of power. The FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, who became his predecessor, did not oversee the affairs of Rivers State after 12 noon of that very day. So for him to come out to say that he started governance is really deceptive. It's really trying to, buy time and also to, play on the intelligence of the Rivers people, owing by his inefficiency, owing by the lack of commitment and foresightedness, and going by, him taking charge as he should be. So if the governor is saying that he started governance in February of 2024, who has been making all the decisions in the state, who presented the appropriation, so the purported appropriation bill that was now nullified by the court, who forwarded the names of the commissioners to the House of Assembly, who inaugurated the Martins Amehule-led House of Assembly in Rivers State that was his lifetime started in June. By the proclamation, according to the Constitution, the governor is to make the proclamation and the House will set in motion for the election of their principal officers. So when you look at some failed politicians that are clueless, that don't know what governance is, that even don't, they don't even probe their own and critique their own thoughts. When you're speaking to people, you know that the speaker might feel very sagacious, might feel very unguided by the words he or she turns out, but the people you are talking to, we are not daft, we are intelligent. We begin to, receive the message you have given and begin to pick out the loopholes. And if the governor knows that Rivers people are very intelligent and we are politically exposed persons, and we are in touch and in tune with the happenings of governance and democratic tenets and what it should be, he shouldn't be coming to insult our sensibility by telling us that he started governance in February.
All right.
Going by that, he's now saying that even the time he started attending the FAC meetings, the governors' meetings, and then receiving appropriation, receiving the state quota of what do you call it? This one they go to Abuja to collect every month, FAC allocations. And he sees upon it, and then he dishes it out. Okay, who made the decision? Is it Nyesom Wike or Amate Samehe that made the decision of giving civil servants in Rivers State 100,000 last Christmas? Is it not the governor who made that decision? Did anybody puncture his decision? Did anybody come to advise him? Or did anybody stand on his way and say, don't do this? So if he comes now, because of he has looked back, what he has achieved in comparison with what other governors that we are sworn in with him and how other states are progressing, and he find out in his innermost heart and in his conscience of conscience that he has not done well, that he has, he has not represented the promise of, consolidation and continuity of the mantra he rode on to get to power, that continuing from the administration and what the Nyesom Wike-led administration had laid the foundation for him. By now, Fubara would have been among the governors that have achieved more because the grounds have been watered. The grasses have been cleared for him. It was for him to come and step on and continue seamlessly. But hence he decided to distract himself. And he decided to not follow his own biddings. And now he has found out that he has failed. That there is a mark of failure, or so it seems. Then he's now beginning to look at the time.
Early to say there is a mark of failure?
No, looking at the time.
Early?
You know, when you talk about the 1 year in office, what has happened in other states, we are now, he himself will be drawing comparisons, because when you give birth as a woman or as a newly married couple, and you gave birth, you expected in the next 9 months, we should be expecting a cry of a baby, all things being equal. And the 1, 2, 3 people that, you know, wedded hitherto with you within the same month, and what do you call, you say that covertly or or overtly, you will be comparing the children, how the other children are progressing, and their system of growth. So when you see that, you as a parent cannot but be disturbed that why is the growth of my child not that. So the governor must have taken stock. There is no two ways about it, because he interfaces with other governments in with him. And again, let me finish my line of thought. You know, the governors that are sworn in with him, they are there. And he gets correspondence of how they are faring and how far they have gone. They have left him behind. So for him to say that he just started, and for me, it is.
You think it's making an excuse?
It is absorbed. It's an excuse embedded in shortcoming, shortfall, and in deceit, and also it is an excuse that is unforgivable.
On time, the governor came to. He has the red pen.
Oh, you have taken the words off me.
Which means
again,
he's in charge of governance.
Yes.
He said he had the red pen. And remember, this statement came on the heels of the Peace Pact issue in Rivers State, and a lot of people were concerned
whether he was fully in charge.
Yes, and he said he was in charge. He had the red pen. This was last year, not this year. Now, moving forward, you know, in recent times as well, the governor came out to also say, as far as he's concerned, there is no crisis in the state. So if he said he has the red pen, that was before February, that was last year, and then recently also came out to tell Rivers people, no cause for fear, there is no crisis in the state, and that he's fully in charge and on ground. Now, the governor coming out to say, now, you know, when he's celebrating his 1 year anniversary, coming out to say that, oh, I faced governance in February. What does that make of the person of the governor? Remember, out now to tell us that he started governance in February and not May last year. How do Rivers people reconcile that statement?
You know, we've been positing here all this time that the governor seems to be, I don't want to use an uncharitable word, but the governor seems to, you know, lack personal decorum when he speaks. He seems to lack personal decorum. He seeks to purify and examine, as like the statement I made. As a governor, your words are law, and your words can be cited. It can be, you know, someone can quote you when the person is making a reference. So it also boils down to what I've said, that the governor has taken his own scorecards. He has looked at it. When a student finishes his exams, he knows deep down him whether he will pass that particular course or not. That is why some people express surprise. Oh, I thought I would have failed this course, but I got so mark. And some people said, no, I know what I wrote. I should have passed this course and see what I was given. So they begin to question and critique. So when you bring it down to the governor of Rivers State, you took it off my mouth, because he made us know. That is where I came to the knowledge that governor, you know, appends his signature, you know, as his seal to government documents that with the red pen. No wonder red pens are very scarce in Nigeria because they should be very restricted. I was somewhere yesterday, somebody came to buy pen, and I went to do some typing. So I went there, somebody came to the nearby shop to buy a pen and said, the woman said, I have no red pen. I said, no, Fubara has it. That's what I said, and people there started laughing. I didn't know it will come out today. The governor assured us that he has the red pen. When, you know, the influence of the former River State Governor and Deputy Minister Nyesom Wike was enveloping him. He came to make it known that the red pen is still with us. They have not taken it away, and hence it is still with us. He makes the decisions. When there was crisis, or if there is crisis, his utterances did not predict or did not make us to know that there is a pause in governance in River State. That is one thing we should take home. The governor has not come out to tell us openly that governance has stopped, because we see him turning out decisions, you know, being in the news every time and making statements. Even when he moves around, when he is not talking, he is very free. Nobody gagged him. Nobody took off his responsibility. And for him to turn around and say that what has impeded the developmental strides or his agenda he has for the people of River State is because of crisis. All right? I don't know who is now the cause of the crisis and where the crisis foreign state or one local government in River State, because the governor has come out to tell us that he is fully in charge and that there is no crisis whatsoever in River State. And because of that, he was given the peace ambassador. I hope you didn't forget that. He got the peace ambassador nominee, or is it one of the newspapers of the year? He got it. So for him to turn around and say that governance was impeded all this while, but it is now that his eyes have been opened and he has, I mean, is he hallucinating? Is he telling us, you know, to join him in his self-pity, or to tell the Rivers people that that time that had been lost now will be regained? It is for him. I've said it here, time without number, that the governor needs to speak less.
In your opinion, you do not see
face governance.
In your opinion, the 1-year anniversary that the governor has celebrated, are you saying in your opinion you have not felt governance in River State?
No, the governor knows it. He has said it. He knows it. You know, in those who are Christians, you know, when their Christ came and died, during the process, because he has seen that his scorecard is very low, he scored a very low point in governance. Let me tell you, Choma, I think I've said it in one of our fora that go and make a fast check in what Governor Zulum of Borno State achieved in 100 days in office. I'm not saying 1 year. His first tenure. He commissioned four-story building of how many classrooms in 100 days of office. Started from scratch and finished. Go and see it. The records are there. Other governors only, you know, try to impress people in 100 days in office. And you know how that history came? It was an American president who, you know, tried to, you know, make that mark and say, this is what I achieved in 100 days. And politicians took it as some of the time they have to show their scorecard to say that the governance has taken effect. I don't know if you understand. Okay. So now, what did Fubara show in 100 days in office? We are talking about 1 year in office. And the governor is coming now because he has, I am very grateful to him that he has, you know, made a self-searching research and found out that he has fallen short of the expectations of the people. Right. And some of the projects you say that is being commissioned, we are going to that. Some of the projects that we are saying to be commissioned are projects that are started by the previous administration on Nyesom Wike. It's for you to just continue. Government is a continuum. For you to finish it and let us see what you now have as your own, you know, your own template and how you want Rivers State, the areas you want to. And let me tell you, the governor is still being confused. You know why? If I were him, I will focus on other sectors of the economy, like education, the revamping of the health sector, and agriculture, because the hiking in food prices is alarming. And Rivers State has everything. Let the governor channel his energy in making food sufficient in Rivers State by, looking into the agricultural sector, procurement of tractors. They're not paying me for this, but these are the areas you can make your mark, so that in the next 1 year, because this 1 year, he has already scored himself low.
All right.
So when he, after May 29th of 2024, we now start seeing a renewed, perhaps, Simlaye Fubara, going into his second term of office. Not during that time, he will say that something was inhibiting his mental capacity and the free flow of his governance. I think he has he has a speaker now. He also have commissioners. Let us see how he will fare.
All right, speaking of speakers, Rivers State House of Assembly, led by Right Honorable Victor Okojumbo, on Tuesday, screened 8 commissioner nominees to join the cabinet of the state governor, Simlaye Fubara. These nominees will replace the commissioners who resigned their offices following the rift between the governor of the state and his predecessor, Chief Yeson Wike. The screening by the 3-man lawmakers was following a correspondence from the governor to the legislative arm of the state. Although 9 people had last week resigned from the cabinet of the governor, citing toxic working environment, but the governor in this memo has nominated 8 persons. This was contained in a public announcement signed by Clerk of the House, GM Gills West. The nominees are Honorable Prince Charles O. Beke, Mr. Collins N. Onunwo, Honorable Solomon Eke, Sir Dr. Peter N. Nidi, Honorable Eloka Tassier Amade, Honorable Baswene Joshua Benibo, Mr. Tambari Sidney Bara, and Dr. Ovi Oluideye Chinedum Chukuma. Mr. Ugochukwu, what do you have to say to that? Interesting list of names, if I may say. If you recall, in this list of names, I see Honorable Prince Charles O. Beke. That is the APC.
Functional.
the APC chairman. We have the APC. APC in Rivers State has faction,
yes.
So we have
know that.
caretaker committee headed by Tony Okocha, and then we have the other ones, the elected ones.
The mainstream.
They were elected.
Yes, I know the mainstream.
Even though it's being contended with right now, but they were elected. And that is headed by, the chairman is Honorable Prince Charles Ubeke, was among the commissioner nominees. What do you have to say to it?
Well, let me also say to Nigerians and also to your hearing, Choma, that they have been sworn in yesterday evening.
Okay.
They have been sworn in, so they are no longer commissioner designates. They are now commissioners already. And this is what we see in the governance of Rivers State, governance by fiat, and as if someone is pursuing someone, you won't take time to, to look at things the way it should. It's hurriedly done, and done in illegality, because as far as we are concerned, I don't want to dwell more on this, because if things become right, and if you know what I'm saying, if there is a reconciliation, or if the courts have to litigate on these matters concerning the House of Assembly in Rivers State, you find out that this particular screening, even for the governor to send their names to an illegal constituted assembly, it is an impeachable offense. There is no two words about it, because he has run foul of the Constitution. If you look at the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, when you come from Section 92 down to 104, you find out the powers of legislature. they have the powers to make laws. And if you come to 100 and you come to paragraph 4, you find out how they say that a quorum, what constitutes a quorum of a house to be, to have the powers to legislate and pass legislations. That is what it is. But if these purported assembly members now, as they are, if you look at them critically, you will find out that they don't constitute a quorum of 2/3 or even 1/3 of the number of House of Assembly members of Rivers State House of Assembly, which are 31 now. And also the illegitimacy of wherever they are rising from and wherever they are sitting, given that prior to this time, the House led by Martin Samehule sat in plenary and suspended 4 members of the House. Chom, I don't know if you're with me. 4 members of the House were suspended according to the rules of the governing the Rivers State House of Assembly. When they were suspended, their suspension have not been lifted. Nobody is looking at that particular. So if you are a House member and the House, according to the House rule, which cannot even be contested, is that this person was found wanting either on the disciplinary measures or whatsoever, or falling short of the House rule, and the person is suspended. He starts suspended until that suspension is lifted. And during this particular time that the assembly members were suspended, they have not even tested it in the courts. They have not even written to the House, to the House chairman, that's the Speaker Amehule, to reconsider their suspension stand. And by fiat, you now hear that this in here becomes a speaker. By what? Because before Martin Samehule was elected, the House will sit, according to this section of the Constitution again, the House will sit and elect their speaker and deputy speaker. These are the 2 principal officers. Forget about the chief whip and the leader and all that, because these are the creation of the same House rules. How they want to, organize their sittings, and then there will be law and order. That is according to the House rule. But the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, only recognize the election of the speaker and the deputy speaker as the principal officers. Let me finish. Now, you find out that these people suspended, their suspension have not been lifted. You now hear that they are elected on what time with the plenary section of the House of Rivers State House Assembly as constituted and being led, and as it still being led by Martin Samehule. The answer is no. And whatsoever that is happening now, mark it somewhere that when the waters settle, these so-called commissioners that have been sworn in will be their screening, and whatever process they have gone to will be a nullity in the eyes of the law. And you find out that even the commissioners that have resigned are more authentic, more than these ones that are purportedly sworn in. And that is the rule, and the laws are very clear for you to see it. So you cannot, according to St. Thomas Aquinas, he said that you cannot place illegality on illegality. You cannot place something on anything and expect it to stand, because morality and law does not go together. Where this one stops is where this one begins. So the governor is every day drifting into lawlessness, abuse of power, abuse of the 1999 Constitution.
All right. Okay. Joining me on the show again is Honorable Don Okparaji, ESQ, legal advisor to the chairman of Council, Emleme Local Government, and member Nigerian Human Rights Commission. Good morning, Honorable Don.
Good morning.
and welcome to Open Conversation. So what is your take, sir, on the election or the nomination and the screening of commissioners by the Oko Jumbo-led faction of River State House of Assembly?
Anyways, for me, I have considered the entire drama around that house as a joke because I don't know anywhere in this world that 3 members or 3 persons can constitute a quorum of an entire house. I've always said that I think why some of these things are happening is because the courts always tolerate some of these excesses. You see somebody commits an act, the next thing he runs to court, files a process and then files an injunction, an interim injunction just to restrain or, arrest a situation that he will benefit from. So when courts, begin to give these orders to benefit, persons who have come before them without taking proper time to look at the fact that, oh, this matter is filed here or this matter is pending here. These things are part of the issues that we are having. There is a very clear position in, I think in Ladoja's case in one of the states in the north. I can remember vividly when this situation in Nakoju, I think in Nakoju against, there's a very popular
Ladoja from Southwest.
Yes, yes, Ladoja, yes, happened, where the House of Assembly, were in disarray, and then later, there was suspension and no suspension, and then when they went to court, the court frowned at the fact that you cannot, where there is a total number of a number elected into a House of Assembly, a smaller number of that entire number cannot form a quorum, to take a decision for the entire House. In Nigeria today, what we practice is according to the pure law school theory, where I think Avandese is part of that apostles who said that law is nothing more pretentious than what the court itself would do. So bringing it down, we would discover that Section 109, no doubt, okay, the Constitution has said Section 109, subsection G, has said it once somebody, moves from the party where he was to another party, why is he a member, he should leave, he's subject to vacate, that. But that section of the law is not automatic.
Yes.
It is not automatic by virtue of the pure law theory that says it is only what the court will act on that becomes law. So even this constitution that we all swore, to abide by, is not automatic. It is the court that makes it automatic. We cannot say that you have violated my right if the court doesn't say so. Okay? So the pure law school theory is of the opinion that law, for us to have a just and clear society, it should be brought before a competent court of jurisdiction that will hear the both sides, and then at the end of the day give, a just and judicious determination. So this issue of House of Assembly defection or no defection is sub judice. And we expect, because as I speak to you, this matter is also lying in the Federal High Court in Abuja, still pending. And just, I think on the 10th of May, about 4 days or so, Honorable Justice Kyo, because of they filed an interim injunction, but though the matter, I think is still ongoing. To the best of my knowledge.
Is it the extension of the local government?
Yes.
No,
not the local government. That of the issue of the River State House of Assembly, recognition of who is the authentic.
It was Wale.
Yes. No, not Wale. Q.
Wale was an ex-parte
okay. Justice Q. Justice Q made just recently and said he was not recognizing the Amewule faction. He was recognizing Okojombo's faction. And if you look at it, if that was the case, they had prepared commissioner nominees list and they've sent it even before the judgment or the ruling was given. So should we not say that the act of the governor as at that time, when this court has not given any judgment, does it not amount to illegality?
It is.
That's on the one part. And on the other side, a federal high court is sitting on the same subject matter.
Omotosho.
Yes, Justice James Omotosho. And then the state high court, this same matter is filed before this court. And this court is sitting on the same matter. And then we will begin to wonder.
Courts of coordinate jurisdiction.
Which court should also have precedence in this kind of situation? So you would see that by every sense of it, even the mechanics on the road, by the actions of what people are doing, even the mechanics on it begins to talk, lawyers, law, judges, it brings disrepute into the system. There is no way 3 can override 27 members. There is no way. And of course, the Constitution, like I told you, is not automatic. The court must act on it to say that this thing that they have done is wrong, or this thing that they have not done is right. So it is not automatic to say, oh, you are invoking section 109 subsection G
by fiat,
by virtue of the word being provided that they will vacate the office. Somebody that is competent has to, give an order into that regard. And of course, just 3 days ago, the NJC had begun to serve petition and warning notice to judges who are in the habit of, dishing out orders, contradicting orders of court of coordinate jurisdiction. It is for us, for me, I don't find it palatable at all, because it begins to give these politicians very serious ego to say, oh, I have my own order. I have my own order. It begins to bastardize the system. So as we speak today, the Supreme Court, I think for us to be very convenient with the position of whether the Amewule faction is recognized by law or Okojombo, this matter must have to go to the Supreme Court. And that is what it is.
All right. Now,
okay.
Ben, you have something to say?
Yeah, just...
Can you do that in a minute?
Okay.
Right.
Taking it in the discussion in view, you spoke about the nominees. You know that the drama playing out in River State is very funny. The leg to it is now that Charles Obeke has been nominated as a commissioner. Is it putting the last nail in the coffin of the other faction of APC? And he has now that he has accepted to be a commissioner in the River State House of Assembly. Is he not playing the same role that they accuse the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, of playing in the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? In this life, what goes around comes around. Now, Nyesom Wike has been accused of funding the APC caretaker committee, who is chaired by Tony Okocha. And now, we also ask a question, although rhetorically to that, and say that, hence, the Emeka Beke-led faction, or the authentic Emeka Beke APC Congress-approved chairmanship, is now, aligning with the Fubara-led administration of PDP, that if we now say that he's being funded, his own faction, who is the authentic mainstream APC faction in Rivers State, is now being funded by a PDP-led administration in Rivers State. How do you reconcile it? And this shows you clearly that no matter the case is in court about the validity of the caretaker committee, he has thrown in the towel, because now, before Edison here assumed the what do you call it, the chief of staff, he had to resign his membership of the House of Assembly to assume that that particular position. So I don't know where the APC faction led by Charles Beke is now, because he has left his position. Because according to the Nigerian Constitution, before you assume such prominent positions, you have to let the other one go. So that is telling us now that Chief Tony Okocha and the APC National, we are not wrong after all in creating.
Well, you know, when a man...
Can you bite the finger that is feeding you?
How can you do that? How can you do that? When you... by virtue of the action, like the law will say that res ipsa loquitur, the fact already, it already speaks for itself. And as of today, yes, as of today, we know the authentic APC led leadership in Rivers State.
Yes.
And it's obvious that if he has accepted that appointment,
he's already sworn in.
You understand?
Yes.
For him to even accept the appointment, it means he has, technically, has thrown in the towel.
Of course.
That's the truth. Because you can't be here and be here at the same time. So now that you are here, it shows you are not here. And then you cannot be complaining of something that, you know, what is happening here when you are not here. So Charles Beke, for me, I don't know. I think by the time this whole thing, I even look at it. This is the man. This governor you are talking about, Governor Fubara, was the man. Wow, this is a new fight in politics. Who is this man? Why don't you bring known faces? There are more popular people. This other party, APC, was more. They were doing everything. They said it is their turn. They wanted to. SDP. Today, all of a sudden, because people want to get at the FCT minister, everybody have suddenly become friends behind the governor that he said was a small boy. All of a sudden. So, you know, it's just like what happened in APC. When APC was coming together, there were no proper seat and agreement, or seat and discussion and agreement, just like we say the three-way process, seat, agreement, and resolution. People just came together on the table. And unfortunately, when they now succeeded to unseat Jonathan, they were now unable to agree on the modus operandi to follow. And that was why the party couldn't even stand the test of time. That's why there are too many factions in the APC, because the Tinubu faction of the APC, who was ACN or AC, you know, is saying that we are the majority.
Mainstream.
In the opposition, we are the majority. And that's why you see that the APC have the logo of the broom. Because when they came to say, okay, who has the majority? They had the majority, Buhari's party and the other party. So it made it unsettled for them to really become that party that they wanted to be. And this is the same thing that's beginning to happen within the footballers. People that are angry from SDP, they are here now. The APC people who were fighting him, they are here now. Labour Party, some people are here now because they don't like the FCT minister. Now, all of them appear to like the governor, but they have their interests.
Of course.
And I am sure when this governor cannot salvage their interest,
they're going to fall apart.
The Bible says, let us sit and watch.
All right. The Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt, the state capital, on Tuesday nullified tenure extension for the chairman of the 23 local government areas in the state. This was as the court declared the Local Government Law number 2 of 2024, which extended the tenure of local government chairmen by 6 months after the expiration of their tenure as invalid. The court held that the law is inconsistent with the 1999 Constitution and Section 9, subsection 1 of Rivers State Law number 5 of 2018, which fixed 3 years for local government chairmen and councillors. Let me start with you, Honorable Dawn. You are a lawyer, you're a legal practitioner. What is your take on this?
For me, honestly, with all respect to the court, they became too fast to have taken his position. Because I am aware that this matter is pending before a federal high court in Abuja. And in the TSA Industries Limited against I think Wamako. So the court said it is the duty of the judges to protect the sanctity of the court. And that goes a long way. When a litigant begins to foreign shop, if I know that if I go here, it will not favor me, I will go and do my own. Because you know that one way or the other, something will be given to you. The court was too fast. We should even ask ourselves, when was this matter filed? When was this matter filed? Were all the parties in this matter, were they represented? Were they served with these processes? Yes. Because I know very well that a matter of this nature is not something that is usually, the court usually gives quick and fast decision about, because it's not time bound, okay? Just like election cases and all that. So, with respect to my Honorable Lord Justice Q, the decision of the court was too weak. I said this thing on the other day I came here, that parties within the state must be very careful this time because of the sensitivity of the issue. And if a judgment does not meet at least a standard in the eyes of the society, then you are making mockery of the court. And that's what it means. So for a judge to say that 3 members of the House of Assembly is the authentic faction. Of course, faction. The language is used, faction. It means they know that there's another faction. Then it goes to show that I do not have the belief that that judgment was thorough and proper. Knowing that this matter is also before the Federal High Court. What is wrong if the court declines?
The question is, if it's before the Federal High Court, was it right for a court of coordinate jurisdiction?
It is wrong
to even delve into the matter.
It is wrong. The court ordinarily, if where the judge wants to be very upright, the court can decline jurisdiction on integrity basis. They can decline jurisdiction on as a matter of course. You know, the judges are the apostle. In Worsley against Ronde, Lord Justice Lord Denning said, you the court, I the lawyer, we are all apostles in the temple of justice. And what it means is that we must uphold, uphold the integrity of the temple, which is the court, no matter what, no matter where the thing is coming from, no matter whoever is involved, the sanctity of the court must be protected. So I expected that in this scenario, when such a matter had come, to protect the sanctity of the court ought to have even declined jurisdiction and say, no, I don't think I want to, because this matter is pending before another court. And this is what the Chief Justice of Nigeria 3 days ago was frowning about, where judges will dish out judgment, rulings, orders, just to favor a party, knowing that this same matter is pending before another court. It is making mockery of the entire judicial system. So I do not think that it was right that the court rushed into giving this kind of judgment, knowing that this matter is already pending before another court. So, like I told you, what we are operating is a pure law school theory. It is not automatic. The provisions of the law say, Choma, you have the right to freedom. It doesn't mean you can move into somebody's property. So if you move into somebody's property and the person catches you and you say, oh, I have the right to, the person doesn't also have the entire right to kill you because you are moving into the property. What the law expects is that the person should take you to court where a competent in education panel or something can hear both of you whether what you have done is wrong or not. It's not automatic. Otherwise, people take law into their hands. So I feel that that judgment that was given in a hurry,
right.
and hence court ought to decline jurisdiction.
All
With
right.
respect.
Okay. Now, Mr. looking at the whole scenario that is playing out now, starting from the orders that have been issued out between NDC Nehe and Masamile and now Okojombo, and now this, would you say to a large extent?
I was still supposed to add something.
Okay. All right.
Law number 2 of the Rivers State Local Government Law number 2, by virtue of this provision or this position I have so stated now, a judgment becomes, it's not retrogressive, it's a progressive thing. The Amewule faction, has, they've gone through all the procedures and amended the law. And as I speak to you today, as at today, the doctrine of necessity is recognized by the court. The doctrine of necessity is recognized by the court, where certain persons in authority who have the power can use certain means to meet up certain things so as to continue to keep the place in peace. Knowing that Section 14 of this Constitution says that the primary aim of government is for security and welfare of the people. And the House of Assembly is part of the government of the state. INEC, who conducted the election of these members into the House of Assembly, even wrote how many days ago and said in their eyes and from the legal advice they have gotten so far, all the members fighting themselves, writing those letters are still members, including the yes. That's what the INEC said. They have their letters to it. INEC said they are still members of the House. So at what point did one person say, oh, this one is not a member, this one is not a member? And in any case, what constitutes a quorum in the House is number. So if it's 3, who is the Speaker? Who is the Deputy Speaker? Who is the leader?
Who is the member?
Who are the members? It's laughable. It's laughable. So this extension, we shouldn't even think about, let us not even feel that extension is something from the blues. Zamfara, 5 days ago, the government of Zamfara State, the House of Assembly members in Zamfara extended the tenure of the local government. Just 5 days ago, you can go and look at it. 5 days ago. If they think that extension is anything that is out of the blues or very unconstitutional, and of course, if the House as at today, have made an extension, they have followed all due processes and arrived at the fact that they have extended the tenure of the governor, of the local government chairman, I do not think anything is wrong. For the fact that the matters that was filed on this issue is still lying in court, it is assumed that their actions is legal until a court of competent decision sets it aside. And in this case, the law says when there are two equal priorities, the first in time takes precedence. So if they had filed in Federal High Court and they later came and filed a matter in the State High Court, by the provisions and by the doctrine of equity that we know, when there are two equal equities, the first in time will always prevail. So it behoves on us to wait for the decision of Justice James Omotosho's Federal High Court. You understand? That will give us the because the matter came there first. So if we must follow law, the law must be followed to the latter. So as at today, what they are discussing is a farce. To say that the extension of the local government chairman is a nullity. Nullity of what? Have we delved into the main issues? Have there even the, in fact, what we should even ask ourselves, what was taken to court? Was it the laws that were made or the members who defected? That's another issue. Was it the laws that were, is it an issue before the court? Is it an issue? So you will not begin to see how I said the court delved too fast into taking decision. Was the amended law number 2, was it an issue before the court, or that they went to court to challenge the fact that these members have moved from one party to another? So a court is not permitted to adjudicate on what is not before the court at the time material.
All right. Now, Mr. Gochukwu, would you say with all judiciary has fueled the crisis in River State by their actions?
Yes, I do. At the same time, because it's a matter of choice, and it's a matter of personal integrity, and the way a judge, has aligned himself. This politics we are talking about, man is a political animal, so to say, because there is, as a human being, there is always a place where your interest lies. You are sympathetic to a party or the other, even when you don't have vested interest. You just come into a fight, maybe into a boxing ring, you meet two fighters, either you don't know them, but because of their performances, or maybe their countenance or even affinity, immediately you can form an affinity because of what you're seeing. So for them to, for the judges, from what the lawyer said, for them aligning with where your interest lies, that is what is making it so obvious that they are taking sides. But as a human being and as a political being, there is no law that is binding you from taking side, but let it not affect your judgment. Because of your profession, because people look up to you, you have to live above board. And judgment, the judgment given by Justice Kyo is really laughable, because there is 3 legs to it. First of all, you look at the meat of the matter. Should the Okojombo faction had gone to another high court? The answer is no. They should have moved quickly to a higher court, which is appeal, to seek for the interpretation of the Justice James Omotosho, the matter that was brought to him, and he has already told everybody to maintain status quo. So what they should have done is to go for a higher court to seek the interpretation. And what they should be looking at is the particular where Justice Omotosho's pronouncements have erred. Because in every judgment, there is always the substance and the loophole. You look at the meat of the matter and said, this this case taken to the High Court in Abuja and the pronouncements have been made, you now seek interpretation in the higher court, not in the court of coordinate jurisdiction, because you can now, buy judgment, or you can go to because the states control, so to say, the courts, maybe the High Court and the magistrate courts in the state. You feel judgments can be purchased, just like the Minister of FCT said last week that even if you go to by 2 a.m. to go and obtain judgment, that the higher courts will be the place to litigate about it. So this is what the Fubara Okojumbo-led faction of the House of Assembly should have done, to seek for interpretation and for the particular of the loopholes that they see in the Omotosho judgment. So, but they didn't do that. They ran to the state to get judgments. But my expectations is that by today, as the Spirit ministers to us, you will see a judgment from one of the higher courts. And again, you now ask yourself, the law that you want to repeal, correspondence was sent to the governor, which he acknowledged from the Martin Samuel-led Rivers State House of Assembly. They sent correspondence to the governor. The governor acknowledged that he received it. He didn't act upon it. They now came. The question they should be asking themselves is this: does the House of Assembly have the constitutional powers as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria as amended 1999? That is yes. They have the power to legislate about the welfare or what they see as an impending lacuna in the administration of the state, which they have seen, and they have decided to amend that particular caveat by extending the tenures of the local government chairman. They did not say that local government tenure chairman now, their tenure is 3 years and 6 months. That's not what they said. But they said, in view that the governor has not funded the research to conduct an election, and given that these sitting local government chairmen were elected by the people, that it is in the interest of the Rivers people that they continue for the next 6 months, pending when the governor will be ready to conduct elections. They did not say, they did not say that the tenures of the local government chairman now are 3 years. That is where the argument has been. The argument has been that can the present local government chairman benefit, will they be beneficiaries of this law? I don't know if you understand, because that has been the argument. But look at the lines of this particular amended section. They did not say that the tenures of the local government chairman in Rivers State now would be 3 years and 6 months. But they said, in view that from what is on ground, the governor has not set the ball rolling for the conduct of a local government election. And for the avoidance of lacuna, let these ones that are being elected, instead of the Constitution has said, the Supreme Court has said no appointment of sole administrator and the whatever name they call it in that the governor to use in mortgaging the local governments in Nigeria, that it is not recognized in the eyes of the law. Now, the Martin Samuel-led Rivers House of Assembly, in their wisdom, in pursuance of the powers given to them by the Constitution to make laws, Section 14, for the governance and the welfare of the people. And they see that if we leave this thing lying fallow, there might be crisis, and there might be a puncture of the constitutional tenets. What did they do? They said that hence those people have been elected, let them extend to give the governor, it is even in the interest of the governor, to buy more time. The governor of Rivers State should have seen that they are doing him a whole lot of favor. Because for him not to conduct the election when he should, remember I have said here that when Fubara was coming in 2023, he knows that the next year in his administration first tenure, he will be meeting he ought to be conducting local government election. He knows it. They hand over papers, and for him, being a member of that administration, led by Nyesom Wike, he will not say that he's not aware.
Right.
You know, so as the time went on, you now find out that they now see that the amendment of that section, law number 2, is now inimical, which I don't see. You know, they should have bought in that for the governor to buy motor and for ISEC to, you know, to properly position itself for the conduct of the local government elections. Right. And as it is now, that the Justice Kyo nullified it, it's not, there is a proper way. Remember that hitherto to now, the Oko Jumbo by fiat said that all those laws that have been amended by Martin Samuel-led River State House Assembly are a nullity. In order to back it up, you see, they went to court. But they failed to know that Martin Samuel-led House of Assembly followed the due process in repealing that law.
All right.
But the person who said that it is a nullity, did they follow the due process of the presentation of the law and all the rigorous process to repeal a law? The answer is no.
All right.
So we see in the nearest future what they cause. Everything we end with in the courts.
All right.
So we are here to watch as the drama unfolds.
We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we have a breaking news we'll discuss. Right after the break. Do not go away.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara.
Kasali, I hope my car don't ready. I get interview in 30 minutes.
Guy, you don't ready. I just the last minute instruction where you give me yesterday. Now in the cause more delay.
Which instruction?
Maybe now you say make I change the meter, make you no read again.
Which time I make you change meter? Oh, Kasali, why you do like this now? Eh? You don't get sense. You don't read the text message. Nobody I want send them to. Like Kasali, my electrician, make it come house, call me do my meter so that you don't go to read again. You the electrician?
The electrician.
Yes, now.
So you call Kasali electrician, make it come help you adjust your meter, make it for no read again, Abi. So you said you want young people where be say they no want they pay NEPA bill again, Abi. Oga, you know good now. You don't use you know they behave like tea, all these stiff people.
Oh, what you change from your motor? What you change from?
Two lights. Fuel gauge. Speedometer.
For what now? You for come over home my motor. I bet you identify for me.
Okay. Now don't do something we corrupt. And something come backfire. Now go come they find how to dodge them.
What you talk?
They greet you.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadehi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
What you want to buy?
Potato. Small baskets.
I want plantain. But why your plantain can't hard like this?
Madam, now the outside hard. Inside there, it is very soft.
Madam, wallahi make her no buy them. Make her show you something. What? What's in this one? Madam, this one now the chemical where they put on for the plantain make her ripe up.
So you dey put chemical for plantain where people go chop?
No water, no be chemical.
Water. You know say Pela I don't talk and say water and not be enemy. Drink am.
Where you collect that water, drink am.
I just stop finish. See my belly. After it don't big. I just stop drink water finish. I don't drink.
Wait, you drink am now. I dey sell am plantain. I go come put am for chemical because I want to make a ripe go. That's why I talk now corruption. Corruption. Not be for this kaswa. Come not be for this country. Now me talk am.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadehi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Get ready! As Morrison Communications Limited proudly presents Children's Day Celebration 2024
at La Small Hotel and Resorts, number 9, Room Calagbo, off Waterlines, Basta, Port Harcourt.
On Saturday, May 25th, starting at 8 a.m., inter-school march past competition,
dance competition, drama competition. Parents, teachers, and children alike, don't miss out on the fun with Uncle Clown, Bouncing Castle as we cut the Children's Day cake. Admission is just 2,000 naira per child. For participation and sponsorship opportunities, call us now 0806 673 8689 and 0810 634 1777.
This event is proudly sponsored by the Last Mall Hotel and Resort with Atlantic Television Network and 99.5 Wish FM Port Harcourt, Lesuka Event Center, Gate Place Hotel, 8 Ball Hotel and Lounge, Oma Studio, Osgia Table Water.
Remember that every child is unique. See you there. This event is managed by Pace Expressions Arts.
Special guest appearance, Hilda Dokubo, Children's Day Celebration 2024.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. POS operator, she said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. The oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
People into the country illegally. That is amazing. You human trafficker.
Honorable
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly. Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
from the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains. Through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
You condemn this and call for immediate release of the...
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. We have a breaking news right now. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has granted an ex parte application in a suit brought before it by Right Honorable Martin Chike Amehule and 24 others versus Victor Okojombo and 5 others. The 3-man panel also granted a motion ex parte that notice of appeal, records of appeal, motion and other processes in the appeal be served on the first to third respondents by substituted means. The appellant also prayed to the court to grant a stay of execution on the order from a Rivers High Court gotten by the first respondent. The court adjourned to Wednesday 29th May for ruling on other applications as the court pleases. Now, let me come to you, Honorable Dawn.
Yeah.
What is your take on these developments?
You see, I was saying here that the actions of the Justice Q judgment became too fast. It was too fast. Because for me, I didn't feel that it has gone through, the court may not have gone through the entire process of, analyzing the issues that were brought before them, But what this application, what this means now in legal parlance is that in order to arrest the judgment of Justice Q, as he has to do,
nullifying the extension of
exactly,
the government.
yes, nullifying the extension of the local government, in order to arrest that judgment, they have filed an appeal to arrest the judgment, which means the judgment of Justice Q is now to be put in abeyance.
Okay.
They can't use it because an appeal is already launched. And they have gone further to also file an ex parte application within an injunction, asking the court to now grant that ex parte application by way of injunction, restraining, the Okojombo and his set of people, exercising or benefiting from the fruit of that judgment. So it is known as stay of execution of judgment. So if the matter is coming up on the 29th of May, it means that is the day that the Court of Appeal have set aside to hear that application. And by which time they would have been able to serve all the appeal processes by substituted means. It may be on the newspaper, it may be by announcement, it may be by electronic means or whatever. I may not have known exactly the means, but once it's a substituted means, it means the yes, the Okojombo people have made it impracticable to give them directly. So they had asked the court to order them to serve them through any other means. So I am sure that before this day, they would have complied with the order, and then they would have ceased of the notice of the fact that the matter has been lodged on appeal. But as it stands today, by filing that appeal by the Chike Amehule faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly, what it means is that the judgment of Justice Q automatically is put in abeyance. It is not operational. It cannot work.
So
they cannot
the governor cannot implement.
They cannot even implement. The elongation will go on.
Okay. Once the implication of this is pending when the appeal court determines
the subject matter that is brought before them. And of course, you know what that means.
Government tenure elongation
will go on.
will have to apply.
We'll go on, yes.
Okay, interesting. Now, Mr. Gochukwu, interesting turn of events,
yeah,
wouldn't you say?
Yes,
so
it is.
What do you have to say to that? How do you see this panning out in Rivers State, and how do you think it will affect the polity in Rivers State? Is it going to hit it up?
No, not at all. We've been conversing here that we would like the courts to do us Rivers people and residents a whole lot of good to fast track all these litigations lying here and there, because we know that politicians are using it to buy time. But I'm happy that the breaking news has carved it all. I just said a few minutes ago that we are expecting that the Amehule-led faction of the Rivers State House Assembly will go to the higher courts, and our predictions have been proven to be right. So, because only a tree that we hear that you'll be cut down today and you'll be standing there until the person that will cut it down comes. So it makes for an interesting turn of the events, and also to tell us that you cannot place illegality on illegality, because these are interesting times in Rivers State. And from this ex parte order being granted by the appeal court, will tell us ex parte order is the lifespan is for 7 days. That means after the Okojombo-led faction have been served by substituted means, we are now hopeful that litigation will start in earnest. Let us put all this what do you call it? All this debacle that is going on in Rivers State political space to bring it to an end.
Okay. Now, Honorable Don, when you look at this critically, are you expecting, now the fear, because, there are concerns around the judicial system and how they have been, dilly-dallying, and how they have helped the Rivers State political situation. Now, do you also foresee a situation where, even at the level of the Court of Appeal, another ex parte order or another form of order
interim injunction
coming out from the Court of Appeal, like we have in Rivers State, in the Rivers State High Court, it's been happening. Do you see a replay in the High Court?
The Court of Appeal is...
In the Court of Appeal, sorry.
It's a higher court.
Okay.
And what they do in the Court of Appeal is not a trial, is not a rehearing. It's not a retrial, but a rehearing.
Okay.
Okay? When they get to Court of Appeal, I pray that you follow the case through as it comes. You'll be able you will be able to see, then you understand some of my position, because I don't want to dive too deeply, because as a lawyer,
you are always not wanting to dive
too deeply, yes, for professional reasons.
Okay.
But I can tell you that in the Court of Appeal, the Court of Appeal will be able to discover the lacunas that the justice judgment, carries. They will be able, if they come down properly, however, it's discretional to them. But in the Court of Appeal, you don't come and get another interim. Interim orders are just for 7 days. After 7 days, it expires. Maybe somebody wants to bring down your house. What interim order means is they are coming tomorrow, or they are coming on Wednesday. Today is or Friday. Today is Wednesday. Please, your lordship, please, I want you to grant an order stopping them.
Protection.
After 7 days, it abates. That's what they were getting.
People can continue with their action.
Of course, if it abates in 7 days and nothing happens, then if an order is not given, they continue. And if they are not served, they continue. You understand? But in this scenario, what the Court of Appeal would do is to first grant stay of execution. To what has been done, so that...
It has been granted also. A stay of execution was granted.
No, they have asked the court to grant.
Okay.
Do you understand? If you read it properly, they
They
have also asked
the court to grant a stay of execution.
You understand?
Yes.
And the court have now given 29th of May, for that, because of the urgency of the matter. I hope you understand.
Yes.
You now know that now this is even coming timely. Let me also become more practical now. It's coming more timely. You understand? if by the end of 29th, the court grants that application, and 18th of June is just by the corner, it means the interlocutory order, that's what it will mean, not interim.
Interim again.
Yes.
Interlocutory order means an order that will last throughout, span throughout the process of the matter. You understand? So it will often last throughout
the duration of the...
So what it means is that the local government chairman will continue. You see, that's why I said, see, this thing is a matter of technicality. You don't start what you cannot finish. You know, that's what it has meant. So, whilst the Court of Appeal will be seized of the matter, every other court,
lower court,
on that particular subject matter of the issue of extension, challenging that issue of extension alone, of course, that's why they have gone to court. I hope you know. Other issues are before other court, how they have defected and all. But the issue of that extension is what is prominent in this suit. And so the court will first have to, by rule of practice and by ordinary rule, the rule of the practice and procedure of the court, to see to grant that stay of execution. It's rarely rejected, mostly granted. And I'm sure that it will be granted because the court have to preserve the subject matter so that they can properly adjudicate on it during the full-blown trial.
Choma, you know what makes this so interesting for me is all these matters we are talking about, the handlers of the governor, Simfobara, they are not doing him a whole lot of good because they know that those crises, so to say, those debacle that is going on in Rivers State politically are subject to the constitutional interpretations. And once a matter is subject to constitutional interpretations, it has to go through the whole hog of the court. I've been positing it here that even this particular elongation of the tenure of the local government chairman now, you know, it might not end in the appeals. So you might see it lasting. You understand? It might be subject to, yes, it might be subject to the Supreme Court interpretations, even the defection that we are talking about, which I have been positing here. And I am so happy that the lawyer came today and laid credence to it. That those things are subject to, because it is not in all cases that you say somebody defected, it is now so, it is the cure ED of a self-executing because it happened in Sokoto. So the one that happened in Rivers State is no. Other states have been appointed, like Imo and some other states have appointed the sole administrators, and nothing is happening. But here you find out that in Rivers State, in the wisdom of the Amehule-led House of Assembly, saying that it's not healthy for the Rivers State polity.
Can I even help you out? See. In Dari against Diaplon, that was in Plateau. Dari against Diaplon.
Yes, Dari. Joshua Dari.
10 members defected. I think they were 24.
Yes.
10 defected. No, sorry. I think 14. No, I think 14 defected. They were 24, 14 defected.
They remain 8.
Left with 10. Now, 2. I don't know what happened to 2, but
vote during the impeachment.
Exactly.
They decided to
abstain from voting. Yes. Then 8 continued with the process
of
impeachment. 14 now went to court, including the governor, which is Joseph Dari.
Joshua
Dari. That the court should now interpret whether 8 out of the entire number was a good number to form a quorum. That was first subject matter, quorum.
To impeach him.
The Supreme Court held that, and the matter is a judicial precedent, that 8 is a small number to the total number of the House members that were elected. That we are elected. And once, you see, the court have not made any judicial pronouncement on
this case.
The issue of they have gone here or not.
Of course.
That's what should be in our head.
Of course.
And then, you see, I also see something there. See, it's very unfortunate. I like the governor. I like him because he shares my kind of personality. I'm a very calm and easygoing person, you know. But with all respect, I feel that the governor is being influenced by very young and ambitious persons, okay? Over very young and over ambitious persons who want to be very, very relevant using, you know, the political scenario, you know, to gain advantage or, you know, gain leadership position. Now, if I'm foreseeing, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a prophet, but I'm perceiving.
You want to prophesy politically right now?
Maybe. I am perceiving that if the governor is not careful, he will begin to drift into disobeying court orders. And that is not a good thing for a government.
All right.
And once you begin to do that, the court have the power to contempt you. Now, if the governor is not so very careful and doesn't know how to manage his crisis, the president may come through the door of section 305(5)(c) to declare a state of emergency. Because that section provides.
And the governor has said it himself that he knows what they want. He knows what they want and he will not give it to them. He has said it.
If the state becomes very tensed,
and volatile.
Are you understand? Yes. If it becomes very tensed, the president, the constitution gives the president the automatic window to declare a state of emergency in the state. And once that is done, I mean, all this imbroglio, all these matters and everything, everybody will go and see that.
All right. All right. Now, quickly, in a minute, let me hear your final take. In a minute, please.
You know, my final take, I've continued to posit here that the handlers of the governor, Simfobara, are not doing him a lot of good because of the infrastructural benefits, because of appetite. But let them know that the battle for the soul of River State has begun. With this breaking news from the Court of Appeal today, the stage is set and we are in for interesting times.
All right, interesting times ahead in River State.
Yes, Chairman.
Now, on this, we wrap up this episode of Open Conversation. Thank you so much, Bushpi Pancho, for coming on Open Conversation. It's always a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Chairman. I thank the learned Honorable Don today for making it incisive.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable Don. It's a pleasure. You can always follow us and stay connected on all our socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. Do not forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Odu Laurentia Choma. Do not go away. Transition News comes up next.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. POS operator, she said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. The oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the turn